Today, we're stepping into one of Yosemite National Park's most enchanting trails, the Tuolumne Grove of Giant Sequoias. Nestled near the Big Oak Flat entrance, this hike takes us down into a grove where some of the world's largest living organisms, giant sequoias, have been standing for thousands of years. Along the way, we'll uncover the fascinating history of Yosemite, the unique ecosystem of this grove, and the plants and animals that call it home. The trail is about 2.5 miles round trip, but don't be fooled. It starts with a downhill trek, which means we'll be earning our views on the way back up. As we step onto the path, the towering pines and firs welcome us, and the air feels cooler and fresher at this elevation, roughly 6,200 feet above sea level. Yosemite National Park was established in 1890, but its story begins long before. The native Ahwanichi people lived in this valley for centuries, relying on its rivers, forests, and meadows. They had deep respect for the land and its cycles, using fire management practices to clear undergrowth and encourage healthy ecosystems. When European Americans arrived in the mid-1800s, they were struck by the beauty and grandeur of Yosemite's cliffs and groves. This awe led to the Yosemite Grant of 1864, signed by President Abraham Lincoln, which protected Yosemite Valley and the Mariposa Grove of giant sequoias. This was the very first time in U.S. history that land was set aside for preservation and public enjoyment, paving the way for the national park system. And just a few decades later, Tuolumne Grove was included within Yosemite's expanding boundaries. As the trail levels out, you'll start to notice something unique. The trunks around us begin to look different. They're massive, reddish in color, and far older than most of the forest we pass through. These are the giant sequoias. While not quite as tall as the coastal redwoods, they are the most massive trees on Earth, with some weighing over 2.5 million pounds and living more than 3,000 years. In Tuolumne Grove, about 24 mature sequoias stand tall. But giant sequoias aren't the only stars here. The grove is part of a mixed conifer forest, meaning you'll find sugar pines, incense cedars, and white firs sharing the canopy. Sugar pines are especially easy to spot. Their cones are the largest of any pine species, sometimes reaching over a foot long. On the forest floor, dogwoods bloom in spring, adding a splash of white blossoms, while ferns and wildflowers thrive in the dappled light. If you look closely, you may notice redwood sorrel carpeting shaded areas, adding a bright green contrast beneath the towering trunks. Together, these plants create a layered ecosystem where every species, from moss to giant tree, plays a role. And of course, where there's rich plant life, there's wildlife. Black bears roam these woods, often foraging for berries or insects. Mule deer can be spotted in meadows, while bobcats and coyotes are more elusive. Birdwatchers will love this hike. Steller's jays, mountain chickadees, and northern flickers are common sights, while owls can sometimes be heard at dusk. As we stand here, surrounded by giants that have been alive since before the Roman Empire, it's hard not to feel a sense of perspective. These trees have witnessed countless seasons, fires, storms, and changes, and yet here they remain, a living testament to resilience and time. One of the most fascinating things about giant sequoias is how they survive. Fire, often thought of as destructive, is actually essential for these trees. Their thick bark protects them from flames, while heat from wildfires opens their cones, releasing seeds onto cleared soil where new trees can sprout. Without fire, these giants would struggle to reproduce, and the forest would become too dense for young sequoias to thrive. It's nature's way of ensuring balance and renewal. The National Park Service now uses controlled burns to mimic these natural cycles, maintaining the health of groves like Tuolumne. Thanks for joining me on this adventure through the Tuolumne Grove of Giant Sequoias in Yosemite National Park. If you enjoyed the adventure, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next hike. And if you ever get the chance, come see these giants in person. It's an experience you'll never forget. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and I'll see you on the next adventure.